hour and a half. Gonna be a shorter stream today, but we're done with our neon VTubing stuff for now. And we can go back and do some dragon. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, nine. 9 of these little pieces. Let's be a little lazy about how we make this. So we'll do these. Array. Hello, Popstar. Welcome. Can't stay long. Christmas duties to do. Just want to say hi and hope you're having a merry holiday. Same to you, Popstar. Appreciate that. I am having a good one so far. It sounds like you are too. And good. I'm glad to hear that. I'll definitely be around after the holidays, so hopefully we'll connect then. Any big plans so far? We'll get rid of the bevel for a minute. Where's this gizmo coming from? Push this back even further. Can I? Assuming they're scaling down each time. Looks like it. Not how I want that to work. Oh, good placeholder for now. Let's space these. Relax them. Yep. right, so what I really would like to work on right now, and it's going to be a very fascinating thing, is I want to be able to make it a selection and then attach an object to that. Since we're going to work on right now. I'm going to call it instance. Index. Yeah. Index. Okay. Assign that. This is what I'd like to attach. Oops. I'm going to do our GeoNode master. Do a new collection. We'll call instance catcher. Our instance and merge. Yeah. Okay. So we'll do. It's going to be interesting. New plane. We're going to subdivide that plane. That is a little selection. We're only going to do selections of 4 faces. Sign that. Okay, we'll do a new. We'll make a cube. So instance or instance and so we want the geometry. We want to delete everything that isn't our selection. Not. So delete that. And then we'll get a point. Just a single point. Get our stats. The vector for the position. And that's where we're going to spawn our point, which we'll put there for now. Okay, and we will instance on instance points, and we'll do object info, and we'll sample that from the input. So now we can sample our object, and we're going to instance it. So, okay. First, do we match the bounding box? I don't know. Let's not do it for now. And we'll just make it small. Okay, so when we take this geometry, what we'll want is to delete again. And this time we'll delete the edges, edge neighbor, than. Perfect. Okay. And then from this instance, we're going to first store a named attribute, which will be the if the position separated so that the I guess z in this case, yeah, z equals 0. That's the selection, and we'd like to call this instance sure. And we're now just a bool. I guess I could have just done this. Keeps it a little bit simpler. So we would like to do that exact same thing, except with our named attribute instance attach. Everything that is not that. And then actually, really should just merge this. Extract edge loop. I think I might have that. Delete edge. Definitely made this before. Call this delete edge loop. Here. Let's do a switch. Cool. That should give me the edges. Why? Because we're not realizing. Should work. Oh, I see. Hey. Just in case. Okay. That'll work. Okay. So now we have this loop. We have two loops. We're going to take the mesh curve. It totally flips around. What we'll do instead is sample nearest sample nearest this geometry, or sample index this geometry for its position, and then we'll sample the nearest index on that side, and we'll say if the index equals, so compare to the index, then we're going to split the vertices. That's the selection we'd like to split. We can no difference. Just do a float. So we get the first index, we sample the nearest point and get its index. We're comparing, we're going, hey, if you two are equal, I want to split that vertice. And then we can set position. Cool. Now you see it's not flipping. Very useful. We basically just went split the curve right there. Now there'll always be moving the minimum distance. Okay, now this position we're setting, I want to transfer it back. So before we delete everything, we have this curve. We're going to section it to one side. We want to extract this new position that we have here and put it back onto the original geometry. So to do that, we're going to store the index that we have here. Call this pre loop index. Okay. And then we can take, before we delete anything, a store named attribute onto the geometry. Another store. Rather than setting the position, we will store this value by sample index via index. Value we want is this position here. And what we want to say is how many values are coming out here? So this should be a field. So I guess we want to do a compare. And we'd like to take the integer, compare that to the attribute we made a second ago, our free loop index. We feed that into here, and then we store curve position. Should be a vector per point. Look at this, and we go set position using that attribute. We get nothing. All right, so everything goes to 0. And that's because we're not actually inputting anything. Still not working even then. So how about instead of sampling via this index, what we do is we capture this attribute, and this is how we'll sample. And we just want to do this for our instance attach. Interesting. I did this twice. No, I didn't. Reloop index is how we're sampling. We're doing it by instance attach, I guess. What we actually want to do is a compare on the integer, so we're only saving the values that interesting that this says it's getting deleted. There's no vertices here. Okay, that's just because we're in the viewer. If I were to put this here, okay, we do have vertices. All right, it's not that kind of issue. I guess I could, or I set the position. Here we go. We're getting the position by sampling. So instead of setting the position, we simply want to, isn't that what I was just doing? Oh, sample nearest. Yes. Simply sample nearest. We don't need to move it. Hmm. Yes. That's as good as that's gonna get. There we go. Okay, this is confusing, but I can put this here, get a vector per point for these indices in order to position it there. Damn. Okay, ignoring this now. Let's get those eyebrows in. Not enjoying this new array feature. One, two, three, four, five, six. Let's add a new color on here. All right. Ah, this makes me want to fly all around. Let's take that shrink wrap, decrease it just a little. Let's also select this. We'll add a vertex group and we'll call this bevel island. So add a, you guessed it, a bevel set to vertex group eyelid percent. And make sure that's before the subdivision. That would explain. Yeah, let's do the shrink wrap. Oh, well. I guess I would want that before. Not a great bevel, to be honest. I had higher hopes for that. Okay, let's bevel manually. This inside section, we're going to select the shrink wrap eye. We're going to set it to, sorry, probably the other one. Slightly lower. Or we'll say eyelid inner, and we'll assign that fully. Then we'll make a new one. Shrink wrap, eyelid, outer. And first, let's fix this. Do the inner one. Outer is this one. Okay. So now on the inner one, I don't mind that being right up on the eyeball. The outer one is doing pretty good. Let's also include this one in the outer one. Say 0.5. Cool. So that gives us just a ton of control, flexibility. Just have to make sure to select the eye. Almost like too effective, honestly. Reminds me of what's that? Some sort of, they're like mice. There's a snake chasing them. Oh, we're gonna start by taking section. This is gonna go all the way down the tail, and we'll call this curve line scales. Boom. Eyes are a little too big now. Let's actually give them a color. Need a button to just update both the name and data. Oop, excuse me. And this is, I made this to sharp. It'd be nice to have it much more even fall off. So let's just smooth the heck out of it. Then we can increase that displace a little on. Call this displace center or chest ridge. Displace scales. Okay. This one. It's pretty good. Excuse me. La 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 la. So the chin scales go all the way up to like the bottom. Um, we'll need a vertex group for the solidify as well. And then why don't we just do a split set attribute? Oh. Solidify. Assign everything. Go to weight paint. Oh, let's make sure we're in it. Then we can kind of zap it out a little bit. Maybe just like kind of a phase to prevent it from getting removed. Excuse me. Okay. Take a little look at the tail. We're gonna add a spine. Boom. Boom. And I'm actually going to cut this. Take my cursor, 0.6 SY. So we have this straight edge. We'll add a bevel. Bevel. 8%. That'll just give us a nice way to control this. Resolution. Okay. Something like that. And we need a middle piece. I think. We'll just extrude this back a little. Open this up. Boom. Okay. Tip of the tail. Let's also add some of these. Not exactly sure what's going on there. this. Let's say, I don't know, 0.2. Okay. I'll actually just keep it like that. And we do want to place it onto the tail curve. Thinking about what my next steps are. You need to combine the tail with the body. Maybe before I position these, we will do that. Otherwise, it's going to get a little confusing as time goes on. Okay, so apply the bevel. This offset, which will move. We have a subdivision, which we will apply. Curve. And we get rid of the store vertex colors. We can combine, well, first let's delete half. Hello, Crosshatch. Welcome. Welcome back. Hello, hello. Let's take this point. Yeah, he's a beefy dragon. Take these. Space them. We're gonna relax them. Going to delete them. It's a little too far out on this side. Oh, there's only two. Only need two vertically, so boom. Or boom. And let's not do it. Oh, working on anything fun? Also, hope you're having a good holiday season so far. Not yet. Okay, okay. Excuse me. All right, dragon continue. So now, we initially added this curved spine. I think we will leave it there, just right at that point. Then what we'd like to do, look at our array modifier, form. It does want to take a curve. I don't know if I can put. Hope you have a pleasant and swell holiday too. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's going well. Just kind of put the final touches on our VTuber we've been working on the last few days. And then I spent this morning, I made a little character thing here. So in VR chat, this is me moving around, this little robot guy. These enemies are chasing me. And then I can kill them. Boom, boom, boom. So having fun, making little game projects. And try to scale that up as time goes on. Do I make optimized voluptuous? You mean like a thick avatar? Yeah, I don't mind making whatever type of body. It doesn't bother me. Well, let's go. Let's put these under this object. Keep transform. That way I can adjust the wings pretty easily. And actually think I need to move the origin here. That way we can get kind of the rotation position set up. I won't want to merge these with the body because that gets so complicated. Even merging the tail is going to be kind of a challenge. Just asking for now. That sounds good. Actually, let's straighten it out completely. And if we need to adjust it afterwards, we can. Like actually move the tail down before exporting. That will be fine. That'd be preferred. So we'll have an easier time working on the butt and stuff. Okay. Okay. Probably go with the finger, even though it's not thumb. Just kind of put it there. Block things out. All right. Few other objects to make. I'm gonna make a curve for the mouth. Okay. I got a nice little curve for the mouth. I like to make it line up with the lip line. Cool. How did I combine this one again? I did a relative. Okay. This might be a little bit different. That's okay. turn off the, we'll swap the mirror. Actually going to, how do I do this again? I'm going to remove the curve, move it back over here. Got this object. Then we'll take this one, duplicate, swap that input to be this one for now, then swap the curve to be this one. Okay. Just needed to swap the deform axis. Now we can start pulling this apart. These are going to be the gums. Okay. Add a subdivision. Also that bevel. Oops. That should be closed up. Beautiful. My 3D generalist. I think at this point, yes. Not necessarily the direction I intended to go, but I like it. Honestly, I like it quite a bit. Ah, keeps flipping around. Ever release a game on Steam? I definitely would like to. I think that'd be super, super fun. I initially got into all of this going like, I'm going to learn how to make video games. And I only kind of feel like just now am I getting to the other side of that initial desire and like actually having a skill set that, that I could do it with. So it's like the promise of things getting easier in some ways with you know, these AI tools, but I've yet to see it personally. Keep in mind the $100 cost to open a store page. You know, interestingly, I think that so we're gonna make a collection. Hmm. I'm gonna put a cursor right here, make a plane, scale it down. We'll call this one kind of goofy, but mouth joiner. Mouth joined. But the $100 isn't too bad. You know, if you're Steam's honestly, they do it right. They have a huge platform that they're giving you access to. Not to say there aren't difficulties with the platform, but okay, so mouth joined will join the collection. Way up there. So we join that together, and we would have the gums sample. A little goofy. That will work. And we can mouth joined. They're no longer recommending me the correct sus games anymore. Well, I know that a lot of games platforms are under a bit more scrutiny these days. All right. right, mark that seam. This might be a source tooth. Put that in source objects. Beep. And we'll actually just put this right down here. Duplicate this, delete it. This tooth, upper. Tooth. Is it an incisor? That's actually what it should be called. Then we'll sample the geometry again. And we'll say replace. Okay. Now we're cooking with gas. All right, how's that holding up in the mouth? Pretty good. We can take these teeth we sampled, drop them into the mouth collection. Now we can see them placed. A bit concerning. There's some solid overlap there. Just need to make sure that this does not go past the middle. Add a few more zeros there. Cool. All right. Something like that. That's a lot of teeth. We'll do a new collection. We'll call this mouth upper. And you guessed it. Grab all the upper objects. New collection. Lower. And we're actually going to just take all these. Duplicate. Drop them down here. And we'll do a individual origin rotation. 0.2 R180. Bam. Then back a little bit. Something like that. Okay, now we can see we got a very full set of teeth. A lot more to do there. We're just blocking stuff. All right, we got 15 minutes. 15 minutes left. I'm actually going to put in empty here. Then take our mouth joined and parent it, child it to that. Should move it around. tail curve. We don't need that anymore. Alrighty, things look good. I feel like we could split this one more time. Maybe set attribute off. Okay. Some more instancing, please. Instance galore. Just so useful. Truly. Being able to sample objects rather than like delete them. This will be our tail by main source. Tail spike side source. Let's go into the source collections. And on our object, something like this. How far out? So we got this little swoop, really just when the base starts moving. So we'll move that right there, so. Then duplicate it, swap it to this one, add a mirror, set the mirror to be on the origin. Now we've got our spikes going, and it's something like that. Cool. Before I was going to extract the curve from the mesh. That seems kind of redundant. So we'll make another curve. This is going to start I'm on individual origins. Keep spawning objects in the mouth. All right, head spike. A little hard to see where the body's going. That's the start. We'll just utilize this one to begin with. Really don't like the array modifier. Having this big old gizmo that appears whenever it's selected. Why? I don't want that. I don't want a big giant gizmo. That'd be great. That's okay. We're gonna move this here. Scale it up a little. Swap this one. That one. Swap the curve. Put it in front. This time let's rename it. So curve. Spline. Scales. Alright. And we'll do some stuff. Say 20. Okay. No need for a mirror currently. Clear the tilt. Swap the color. Oh. Okay. I really hope we don't have to do this big spine array by hand. There is a good chance we will end up doing that. But one can hope that that's not. It'd actually be nice if they scaled up as they went, which we can do. but not in the way I'd like. Don't know what the nails mean, but I'm guessing fabulous. And we'll shrink that down too. Maybe add a... These ones will add a subdivision. Take it back. These ones will also need to be tweaked. From Boris Alien, a hyper furry artist. Interesting. Boris Alien. The hyper you're thinking of. Which one's that? I guess I could get rid of this point right here. That would help. And then this edge. Be nice to actually have a bevel weight there too. We can bring that way back. I'd like big assets if you know what I mean. That's what I think that is what I was thinking. All right. It's 3 o'clock already. Probably should call it here. Let's change the eye color. Because we can. It's not really a... Oh, there we go. Oh, they are just white. Okay, well. Alright, we're gonna make the snout just a bit bigger. That looks quite a bit better already. The chin looks a little weird here. We can definitely push down our solidify a little more. It's getting solidified twice. I guess what it is the displace as well. We have the first displace, and then we'd like a Displace scale. And we'll just say assign. Go here. Okay, and that'll just give us a nice clean. Oh, excuse me. I think we'll need to make the neck longer. All right. Let's take some good old screenshots. That was the right folder. Ooh, I need to go gas up my car, don't I? Yes, I do. All right, I gotta run right away after this. Okay, y'all. Crosshatch, thank you for hanging out. Anyone else that's lurking out there, hope you're all having an amazing day. I'll be back tomorrow. And playing it by ear for Thursday. Most likely I won't stream it all Thursday because it'll be Christmas Day. And yeah, I'll probably be busy. But I hope everyone has a good Christmas week in the meantime. Catch you later, Crosshatch. Thanks for hanging out. Everyone else that's lurking out there, enjoy your day. Goodbye, everyone. Bye.